Capital punishment, a look into the effectiveness of the death penalty. The definition of capital punishment is the legally authorized killing of someone as punishment for a crime. While this form of punishment has been around for as long as recorded history, its modern-day form in America can be traced back to one event, Foreman v. Georgia. After the ruling of this court case, the Supreme Court allowed researchers to employ state-level studies to determine the effects of capital punishment as a deterrent for those high-level crimes. After 4 years of this research being done, the ruling was that states were allowed to reinstate the death penalty as they saw fit. In the years since, it has been shown that capital punishment is an effective deterrent to homicidal crimes. But why is this important to any average law-abiding citizen? Well, this decision affects every single citizen of the United States. It affects us all in the form of finances through our tax-paying dollars. It also affects our safety because it helps prevent murders in the states that still haven't. So let's look at how this really works. In 2004, a researcher named Joanna Shepard did a study on the deterrent effect of the death penalty. As you can see here, from 1977 to 1998, the murder rate in states without the death penalty increased significantly, while states with the death penalty actually decreased. The psychological reason that this works so well as a deterrent for serious crimes is that it is such a major risk to take. The punishment is to pay the ultimate price of all, your life. Any rational person is able to see that risk and take the necessary steps to avoid it. Many people argue, however, that a person willing to commit a murder is not in their rational mind and therefore is not capable of accurately assessing the risk. This is a major argument against the death penalty because, for one, it makes complete logical sense. Also, it seems to make the death penalty into a futile or worthless attempt to rectify homicidal crimes. If it is created to stop murderers, but murderers don't even worry about it, then what is the point of keeping it around, right? Well, the issue with this argument is that, simply put, it's not true. A paper published in 2003 by Nasi Mokan and Kaj Giddings responds to this. They found that even murderers respond to the cost of the crime. Because it is such a high cost to pay, it still has an effect on potential murderers. The results of the Mokan and Giddings study match up perfectly with the results that Shepard found a year later in 2004. This means that capital punishment is pretty evidently a deterrent for murder in the United States. That is only part of the question, though. It is also important to determine if the death penalty is efficient enough to keep in place. Is it financially suitable? In a very detailed and mathematical study done by Martin Kasten, he seeks to discover just how much a capital punishment case costs. He figures in every last payment possible, from the cost of the police investigation, trial and sentencing, appellate costs, the execution, the burial, and many more in between. He finds that a typical case costs a few $1 million. Studies conducted in Florida, North Carolina, and Texas estimate capital cases cost an average of $3.36 million, $2.16 million, and $2.3 million, respectively. This is a relatively large amount of money, but, according to Kasten, this is just a fraction of what most states have as a budget for crime-related punishments. Kasten also compared these numbers with how much it cost a life sentence case, and he found that it was much more expensive for a typical life sentence case than it would be to have a capital punishment case. This makes it efficient, at least monetarily, for states to have the death penalty as at least an option for higher level crimes. Altogether, this is substantial enough evidence to say that, yes, the death penalty is an effective deterrent to homicidal crimes. And yes, it is efficient because it is financially superior to a life sentence.